Oh, hold on.
As long as we have one legal counsel.
Yeah.
Okay, the time is now 9:41 and the executive session has been concluded. The participants in the executive session were special counsel, the town attorney, T. Smith, P. Wineland, T. Howard, T. Hart, J. Schaefer, J. Baker, and R. Combs, trustees and the mayor of the town of Kiowa.
Hey, we were in it. We were in it.
Right.
Don't forget the
We're now,
town staff.
We were in, town staff.
oh, and town staff. Forgot you, town staff.
So.
Any person who participated in the executive session believes that any substantial discussion of any matters not included in the motion to go into executive session occurred during the executive session, or that any improper action occurred during the executive session in violation of the open meetings law, I would ask that you state your concerns for the record. Seeing none, the next item on the agenda is a motion to adjourn. We have a motion and a second.
Third.
All those in favor, signify.
We've got questions here.
Oh, hold on.
Tune them out. They don't take long. I'm gonna refer back to Ruth about the forced annexation.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
And then Tammy has a question.
So the question came up tonight in the KWWA meeting, and Tim Kraft asked the attorney if de-annexation was permitted by KWWA, and the attorney said that he had answered Mr. Kraft in an email saying that that was not permitted. We don't really have any additional information other than that, but I thought I had seen it or discussed it somewhere along the way. But regardless, that was the attorney's position, and Mr. Kraft seemed satisfied with that.
Okay, thank you, Ruth.
No problem.
So mine is, I would like to know if anybody else would like to move our meetings to Wednesday, second Wednesday.
We can't do that.
You can't.
Our charter dictates the nights that we have.
Okay.
And
But it does bring up a really good point that I was so annoyed that they
Yes.
have no regard
no,
for our meeting and everybody's time associated with that. And there are many points this evening where I was inclined to say something.
Me
And-
too.
And maybe what we do, and we should think about this, is, just send a letter.
Asking them.
They can make their meetings early. They're not bound by this type of rules.
I'll never call the meeting again.
Hold on.
Well-
Ruth's talking. Hold on. Ruth, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So we can pass, what I was trying to say is KWWA can move up their meetings because they're not bound to the same requirements that we are for our public meetings, which are relatively not flexible. And I really think it's unfair to all of us.
Well, I
to-
don't think it's just us, Ruth. I think, tonight I was very frustrated for the citizens that were
Yeah.
here
yeah, we
to
have
have public.
They
Yeah,
were really kind and patient, but they were getting to the point of, we're just gonna do this, whether you approve us or not,
Yeah.
and that's frustrating.
So me to step on its foot if you fall asleep.
So that's where we're concerned with tonight, Ruth. And I really wanted to get past Reese, cause they had a request, for the school. They needed to get past the tap fee discussion with them. Or try to get close to some resolve, so they knew budget wise what they could do moving forward. And then he had to attend our meeting as well for this other portion. So I was really wanting them to get to that before I asked them to table the rest of it until the next meeting. Trevor,
so did the water, I wasn't here, so
Oh,
it's
yeah.
my understanding that
gave us the boost.
that they're no longer will utilize our services, is that
As of June 21st.
June 21st?
So by next meeting, they're not an issue.
That is accurate.
Yes.
Ruth,
yes,
could you clarify something for me? I've been thinking about this all day. with a 10-day default, are they asking us to have, I don't know how many years of records?
I suspect we'll get that demand letter tomorrow, right?
Right.
And it's addressed to you and it's addressed to me, so we'll distribute it. And I'm sure Nick and I will be evaluating that and get back to all of you. So I don't know, it didn't really, any of it was not articulate or clear, or, you know, I have no idea really what they decided, to be perfectly honest. So we'll distribute that to all of you tomorrow, that notice. And then I do recommend that, I guess if we're not gonna have meetings at town hall anymore, we don't have to worry about them running over.
Right. Trevor had a question. Just so you know, the vote to terminate us and the vote to approve CRS was 3-2. Vote effectively.
Wait, say that again?
There was a vote to terminate us with a 10-day default letter. And just so you're clear, the defaults were not put in context, just that there's defaults and they acknowledge the fact that a lot of those defaults, if not all of them, occurred prior to our walking in the office, which then Ford does not allow us the cure. Doesn't give us the 30 under the operating agreements. Because there's no way for us to cure something that we weren't a part of or is not currently happening. And then there was a 3-2 vote for going with CRS with, revisions or something to what their contract is or something like that.
So can you guys reject their letter tomorrow?
Well, we can refuse to sign it, but it really would serve no
Yeah.
purpose, right, Ruth?
I don't know, does it have a line for us to sign it? I don't know.
Yes, at the bottom of it, there is. Which would be our acknowledgement of receiving it.
But regardless, what's done is done.
Well, regardless of what's done is done, yes, but, part of our lawsuit was an injunction.
Yeah.
So if that injunction is accepted by the court, anything that was done tonight will be reversed.
So,
It's
so
already been served.
nope, it's
Okay.
out now.
So, being that that's said, do we need to, in a sense, catch Josh out? Cliff notes.
I think I pretty much just told him.
And I'm kind of okay in the dark. There are things,
Just pick more information.
Maybe better not to know.
yeah, there
And
are
I
things,
actually don't think that it's advisable to talk about pending litigation on the record, so at this point in time, and recommend that all of you refrain from discussing this matter moving forward.
Okay. So I have a comment.
Yes, possible.
Thank you. Earlier when I was sitting back there in the corner, that reporter lady that
Diane?
Thank you. That tried to record our executive meetings before,
That's right.
she is the rudest person
Yes, ma'am.
I have seen. Because she was sitting there, every time you spoke, she'd go, you know, I'm just
And
making all
she is
kinds
the
of
reason we had
racket,
a
and I'm
deputy
going,
here.
seriously, that
Yes.
is so unprofessional. Sit here and quit snickering every time somebody makes a comment.
That won't change.
But that's part of the reason
he asked her to.
Yeah, so
But
my
we can-
suggestion in our next meeting
Yes,
is
ma'am.
to please address maybe Mayor Colm could address the audience and
Well, I'll be more than happy to.
that won't be
We can do that.
tolerated.
I can, and just so we have complete transparency, when I communicate with the sheriff and ask for a deputy to come stand here and keep the peace like he did tonight,
Mhm.
to minimize the distraction that seemingly keeps happening at our meetings.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's $60 an hour, which I feel like is a drop in the bucket to keep the peace here and not have
Mhm.
Cause they're gonna tick somebody off at some point, and it's gonna cause
go on.
a melee.
And he
Well,
was
I'm
on
glad-
top of it, cause I had
He
a private
was.
discussion and he turned and told me to shh.
Oh, I saw him walk out the door, I didn't know what he was doing.
He told me to be
Oh,
quiet.
me?
I had Josh and Trevor.
Well, I'll just tell you a little tidbit I know. You gave me a traffic ticket the other day.
That's one,
He obviously didn't know more than mayor.
just so you know that Ruth on the record, Rick's a driving instructor and got pulled over,
That's pretty.
got a ticket.
I love it.
And here's the kicker, he was on the way to give a kid driving instruction.
He has since retired, so he gets tickets now, so.
Did you tell the officer you're a driving instructor?
I did.
Were you
I'm on the way to a lesson.
Were you
Yeah.
in the driver's ed car?
No, I was in my.
So I'm like, that makes it even better.
Yeah,
I'm gonna jump in the passenger seat. I don't know who.
you would have been video. Oh, look at this Facebook post.
I know.
It was funny. Are you guys done?
Yes, we're done.
Can I make a motion to adjourn?
Thank you.
Second.
Oh, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Good night, Ruth.
Good night, you guys. Take care.
Stop.
Night.